I've previously endorsed West's albums such as College Dropout, Graduation. I haven't uploaded a video on Graduation, but I intend to at some stage. Life of Pablo, magnificent. I haven't offered much opinions on the work after Life of Pablo, which has been a lot more contentious. I'm kind of preaching to the choir when I praise his albums, Life of Pablo and prior. Ye features an opening track which seems to exacerbate all of the preconceptions listeners have about West's seemingly fragile mental state, and therefore we can assume potentially that, this album's just going to be a mess from a man who, he just goes in there, everyone's too scared to question him, he just puts out something that's not coordinated, it's just a mess, it may as well just be, him just spewing something onto the album and the CD, and there you go, it's Ye. And that's what you assume based upon how messy and scattered the opening track is. Now, I listen to it and I think, hang on, this could be attempted as sort of slightly contained madness. He's let some sort of manic episode control the outcome of a track's recording, and he decided not to alter it. He uses the opening track to give everyone an honest depiction right off of where he was at in his most unadulterated, with no one around him telling him to stop. It's a very reckless track to put out there in the world. We could say the same thing about some tracks on Donda 2, but the production isn't as good. What follows on Ye is one of the most magnificent set of 6 songs ever released by anyone in the 21st century thus far, proving that West is a genius of the 21st century pop song as we know it today. And that's the 21st century pop song as those of us who came of age in the 21st century understand it. You dig? Yikes sounds to me like it could have been a cut-off of The Life of Pablo, and one of the more memorable cuts on The Life of Pablo, and that's quite saying something. All Mine is possibly one of the greatest encapsulations of that mid-2010s bizarro pop hit, which could take over a high school playground in every classroom with just this weird, infectious, goofy quality, and the fact that it was this kind of groupthink that a generation could take up in opposition, and to make all of the people older than us think we were somewhat distinct and willing to do things that had nothing to do with their expectations of us. All Mine reminds me of that, as specific as that little hypothetical might be. Wouldn't Leave is one of my very favourite of West's neo-soul outings that he's been embarking upon since, say, the mid-2010s. This track is stellar. And then there's No Mistakes, which could also qualify with the prior statements, although just flat out best track of his career up to this point, period, maybe. I mean, maybe not quite, although top 5 for me. I adore No Mistakes. One of his most triumphant and just feel good yet really introspective achievements. Ghost Town sounds like it was an attempt to capture all of the sonic and compositional, structural characteristics of an earlier 2010s pop song, say 2011 to 2014, capturing it within 4.5 minutes. I swear, you only hear this song, no one hears this song prior to 2018, obviously, and yet I'm like, don't I remember hearing this in 2014? No, it's if those trashy pop songs circa 2013-14 were good, Ghost Town. And then, oh my goodness, Violent Crimes, closing track of the 2010s. There's sometimes the dichotomy between those who think Kanye West is as former President of the United States Barack Obama put it, a jackass, versus those who are convinced and just like, oh no, he's a genius. No, people don't get it. They got to listen to the music. The difference between, here's the thing: there are those who have heard Violent Crimes and those who haven't. I'll go on the line saying that the composer behind that track is a genius for at least some stage of his life. There's just no, I can't not feel that way. There are those who claim you can't apply the word genius to brilliant artists. That's fine. If we can, this applies then. Absolutely. I would encourage any fans of West's prior output, Ye's prior output, who do not care for this particular release, sincerely, I would encourage you to have the best possible day and night you've ever imagined. As I say always, I might stop saying that soon. It's just getting a bit tiresome. But anyway, make that a possibility, even if it's just for the fascination of trying to analyze everything that's going on in the runtime of a particular recorded music release. And it's only 27 minutes or so, not very much of your time. Yeah, it's a fascinating document. That much is inarguable, right?